Welcome to the Ghost Heads Nerd Talk Podcast. Interviews and conversations about nerd culture from all around the world. Now here are your three Ghostbuster hosts, Joe, Rain, and Val. Enjoy the show.
Hey, all you cool busters and bustettes. I'm Ghostbuster Joe.
And I'm Rain.
And welcome to episode 96 of Ghost Head Nerd Talk Podcast. And man, Rain, how was your week?
Long, to say the least. 5 days of DJing back to back. It was a lot of fun. Started off at one of the swinger clubs that I work at for all girl play party. It was a lot of fun. Then Wednesday did a huge event called Mount Tabor at location called White Owl Social Club. It was really awesome. I know a lot of people there. Got a lot of great compliments. Then went to another club afterward to just go hang out and support another DJ friend. And then she was kind enough to ask me to play with her. So on back to back is what we call. And so she does 2 tracks, then I do 2 tracks, so we try to work off each other's vibe, and so it was a lot of fun. That was really cool. We went to about 2 a.m, and it was really dope. Thursday did it was an EDM Thursday at another club. We did that with Plush. It was female DJ night. Did that with Natasha, who was one of our regulars on, and some other great friends. Moon, she goes with Mooney Bass. That was a lot of fun. Friday did it back to back with a friend at another club bar called Moxie in Portland, and did that till I think it was 12 midnight or close to 1 a.m. or something like that. And then Saturday DJ'd a wedding. And that was 10 and a half hours of time. That was a lot. And Sunday I'm sore, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, my brain barely works right now. But I had a lot of fun. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's what I love to do. It's just something I just super enjoy. It was lots of fun. So today I'm slowly recovering today.
We almost lost her today. It was just been me going, I don't know what to talk about. Somebody in the chat talk to me.
Yeah, today's our bullshit episode. We're just gonna bullshit today. So nothing cool or any topics. We're just gonna talk about just random shit today.
If Val, you're watching this, we miss you, Mama. We miss you. We miss you, and we miss Rocket. We miss Rocket and his bowling. Hope everything's doing well with your play. Baby Slimer misses you. He's crying. Is he? Oh yeah, he is. Dang it. That's why my microphone's all wet. That's why.
Don't put a black light in that room.
Jesus.
Okay, go on.
So my week was pretty cool. Pretty much Friday, I was picking through the internet trying to figure out if I can find the Netflix. As we all know, Logan Paul faced Mike Tyson, and it didn't go well for Tyson, but the internet broke because Netflix turned into an old man in 2.9 seconds because too many people were on it at once. What the fuck are they going to do when Stranger Things comes back next year?
Right. I did watch it. I saw all the memes with Netflix. I fucking hate your servers all night.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do when it comes back? I know it's going to be on there at certain times of the different times. What
you would think in 2024 we wouldn't have these kinds of problems, but I mean, they're a big enough company. Upgrade your damn servers already.
like they have billions. They're making money off people, even though they get the free thing. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, and it throws on the weirdest part on Mike Tyson's ass. Like,
is that where it froze? I was wondering with all the ass cheek memes that I've been seeing.
froze on Mike Tyson's ass.
Did not know that. Okay. Makes
He's
sense
like, I'm
now.
gonna kick his ass, kiss the guy, and then he hugged him and walked away, and it was like rip froze ass. For like 20
Wow.
minutes.
All right.
It froze on
Netflix
Mike Tyson's
planned
ass.
that.
You saw some man ass for like 20 minutes.
Damn,
25
all
minutes of frozen. I'm so glad I didn't want. I'll be like, oh, man ass.
I saw a lot of people were thinking that Tyson was just going to knock him out.
He was close. It looked like it, but then third round hit, and it was like Father Time went ding, ding. He's like, sure. But you also got to think, Mike Tyson had a heart attack last year, and like almost, yeah. So like, it's not like he's like, oh, we planned this out. Like, man, the man had health problems, so like. All these kids,
like 70 something now.
He's 50. He's 58 years old.
He's only 50. Fuck, he looks so much older.
Well, all the all that working out and all that stuff, that protein and all the other stuff went in his body when he was younger in boxing. So like, we're talking about the 90s boxing here. All those parties he did back in the day.
I mean, I just remember Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
It's funny, so much of that. I was like, those memes of him and that guy that you face in the game with the blonde weird hair. Like,
oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about though. But yeah, I just remember the little Mac, I think his name was, or Mac.
Yeah. Everybody was. I heard rumors that they were trying to do a updated version of Mike Tyson's knockout, and it could be like more of like the graphics would be better in the game. I'm like, for its time, that the graphics in that game were really good. I'm like,
yeah, they were cool. Yeah, it was cartoony, but it was fun. I mean, hell, Mario was the ref.
Yeah, I remember when you would punch the one guy's pants would fall down.
Yeah,
King Hippo.
Yeah. King Hippo. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the punch him in the stomach. Yeah.
His pants would fall down. I would always have trouble. I'm like, no, oh fuck, boom.
Soda Popinski, Bald Bull. Gosh, can't remember the other ones, but yeah, Guy Flamenco.
Yeah. I would always have trouble with. I forgot what. I wasn't Mike Tyson. It was one of them I always had trouble with, but I beat him. It was the white guy, the one that looks like one of the other Paul. Yeah, I remember his name. He's gonna hit. Who's that green glasses guy? Didn't even know my name. Of course, nobody knows your name because you're a millennial, a Gen Z, whatever you are, whatever the fuck you are. I challenge you to a box match, Joe. Don't do that. No.
Oh God.
I'll be the whole fight. I'll just be like, "You gonna hit a man with glasses?"
Like, you challenge him to a video game boxing match. How about that?
Rain can be my trainer. My dad will be like my trainer. Randy, just give up. Randy be like, Joe.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Be training me. Push it to the limit.
I work on that arm muscle.
And then you're like, Joe, you know what that looks like? Shut up, Rain. Can't even tell you how many times in work, the guy that always watches, by the way, hey Phil, how you doing? One of my guys I work with, he always goes, yeah, Joe. I'm like,
you're always gonna be known for that now.
Yeah, man.
That are the fingers, right?
I told my aunt Lizette about that joke, and she was like, "You meatball! You really did that to a girl?" I'm like, Rain's like the homie. She's like a homie, like. He's like, and he's like, oh, you told him about our basement? And I was like, yeah. Hey, what's going on, Unc? My uncle just gave us a like on Facebook. Thanks, Uncle Tony. My other cool uncle, he's one of the ones that used to brought me to my very first professional wrestling show when I was a little boy. He brought me to the Garden for my very first WWF show. He brought me to that show. Yep. Yeah, memories of old WWF. Yeah, but yeah, remember playing all the video games at my Uncle Frankie's house. But would go to my other Uncle Tony's house. We would always watch the WWF pay-per-views and playing a lot of video games. Always playing Star Fox, the Star Fox games, stuff like
Do a barrel
that.
roll.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you played there was the 3DS version that came out, and I absolutely love that version. That version was great.
I don't know why they never brought back brought like
That
Xbox.
series back.
Yeah, they make it like, because would it be hard to make another series of Star Fox to bring that
Well,
back?
that's on Nintendo. I mean, if they want to bring it back, it's their property.
What,
I mean,
is
I don't
there
know.
any-
There's a lot of properties that they haven't brought up, but I mean, there's so many properties that companies sit on. Like, EA sits on the Mercenaries series, and there's like a Full Spectrum Warrior, and there's so many different series that like different companies now hold but just don't touch. The Wing Commander series, I think EA holds. Red Alert, I'm drawing a blank right now, but it was the third person isometric view for like Command and Conquer. There we go. So many different IPs that they hold. It just sucks they don't bring them out.
Yeah, it's so weird. I guess maybe they think that kids won't play a game like Star Fox anymore. The first person. It wasn't a first person. It was like a second, right?
It was third person fighter. It was a flight simulator kind of like,
Yeah.
but fighter craft kind of stuff. So
Do you think did they think kids don't play those games anymore?
I don't know. A lot of companies are now like focus-based groups, and so they look at what consumers want instead of just building what they think people would want or going off of original ideas, which is why we have nothing but sequels and other things, because they know it's an IP people will go after, and things that people will pay for, and more of. So you don't find a lot of originality, which is a problem we have with like movies. We have so many Marvel movies and so many Marvel, sequels, and so many sequels of this and that. And I mean, and not exactly complaining. I mean, can always use more Ghostbusters sequels, but you don't see original stories anymore unless it's in horror. Horror is the only place that seems to be where you can have an original story or idea and not have to worry about it too much. But yeah, that seems about it. Like, you don't find very many sci-fi movies, like we did in the 80s with like Last Starfighter and Fly the Navigator and Back to the Future. There's no more of those stories anymore. Which makes you wonder if those movies were trying to be made today, would they be? Probably not. Because no corporation or studio wants to take a chance and put the money on that for fear of losing it, instead of just taking a chance on it and bringing something good out. So you find a lot of those kinds of. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, I'm a yapper.
No, but I was gonna say you only find those kind of originality in indie games, because that seems to be the only place where original stories can go and where they can start. That seems to be the only spot where it can go. But then indie games get lost in the shuffle with so many different ones, so it's hard to find what's good and what's not. It makes it tough.
I don't know if you know this. They actually have one of those Back to the Future games that you could like choose how you want the title to go, like the story to go. The story games.
Oh, really? No.
They have Back to the Future. You
talking about by Telltale?
Yes.
I have that. I played that one. Yeah, it was good.
That was weird. You really
it was weird.
You could really fuck up the story.
Yeah. No, that was good. I like that one. Yeah.
There was
one
that
another original. I guess it wasn't really original, I guess, but it was an interesting take on where they were going with it.
And they had at the end of the story, I forgot, if you say something and then the story show at the end of the whole thing, all these DeLoreans show up.
Oh, I don't remember that part. I just remember that you could literally kill Doc Brown when he was younger. I just remember that, and then then the whole story's fucked.
Yeah, of course. What are they gonna do? Hey, new kid. Hey, you want to join us?
Yeah. So I remember you were playing Marty and going through all the different like timelines and different things, but yeah, it was pretty interesting take on it.
Then they went to a different timeline too. It's completely. I saw that. I was like they changed.
Yeah, it was some future thing. Yeah, I remember that.
I would have screwed that whole thing up. I would have went to like another time. My timeline. I would have went somewhere, and then it was a girl that really hated me. I would have been like, "So you still hate me?" Like something like that. I would say something that would fuck up everything and make the internet not the what I thought it was gonna be. I'm like, so in the future, I'm an internet star.
So I don't know if you saw the new Flash movie that came out where he goes back in time, and I like the it was an interesting idea that actually Batman, which was it was God, I'm so tired of drawing a blank on people. The original Batman guy, not Adam West, but Michael Keaton's Batman. And he was saying how everyone thinks that timeline just kind of scoots off into another tangent instead of like he was doing like a spaghetti metaphor where it's like they're all touching but they're all different, and but you can go anyway. It's not just linear kind of. It's like it spreads everywhere. I thought that was a really interesting idea, and that could explain, or could be used in other time travel kind of movies. I was like, that seems like a very cool idea. I don't know if you saw that new Flash movie. It's been on TV a lot recently, and so I always catch it like around that part. What
is it on? Because I could probably watch it tomorrow.
I think it's on like HBO or Showtime or one of those channels.
It was up. Yeah, because I just came up with an idea in my head that I may have to write into a story in on my laptop, my notes. I just thought of a whole story like, if the Flash, how the Flash went to the 1980s Batman, and instead of him bumping into Batman like regular, like in the cave. Oh, sorry, go.
He didn't actually bump into him. What it was is that he went back in time to, I mean, spoiler alert. So he went back in time to save his mom. But when he came back, he found out that the timeline skewered him. He's now in a different kind of timeline where instead of, what is it? God, Ben Affleck Batman, it's now Michael Keaton Batman, and that there were no metahumans. So Superman doesn't exist. He was killed in a different. He was killed before he landed on Earth. There's only Supergirl now. Wonder Woman doesn't exist, and Aquaman doesn't exist, and General Zod is invading the planet. So, yeah. It's a really crazy story, but it was
Superman
really neat.
Died before he landed on the Earth, so he just burnt and fell down.
Oh no! It was basically Zod killed him before he came to the planet, or something like that. But instead, when they had sent Supergirl to the planet to protect Superman, she ended up being captured or something like that. It was an interesting take on it, and so I mean, I'm not up on the whole lore on all that stuff, but I thought it was really neat his explanation, because Michael Keaton's like older. He's no longer Batman. I mean, he is, but he no longer patrols the city like he does, because he says ever since he got rid of all the crime, Gotham is now the mostly crime-free place, and so there was no more need for him to be Batman anymore. So he kind of retired, but yet everyone knew who he was. The funny thing in that is that he actually referenced Back to the Future, because he goes, yeah, they were talking about the time and how he went back, and they were like, yeah, he was like, like Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox and Back to the Future, and they're like, who are you talking about? It's Eric Stoltz, who was the original Marty McFly before Michael J. Fox came in. And he was like, no, Marty McFly is Michael J. Fox. And they're like, no, it's Eric Stoltz. What are you talking about? And then some guy shows this tattoo on his leg, and he's like, my God, I broke the fucking universe where Eric Stoltz is fucking Marty McFly. But it was a decent movie. I liked it for what it was. And again, I'm not into the huge lore. I'm not a huge DC fan, but for what it was, I thought it was funny and cool.
Yeah. It seems like it's going to be a good movie. I haven't really seen it yet, but I want to see it. And I'm a big fan of DC, even though when I say my favorite DC character, everybody goes, okay.
What character is it?
Green Lantern.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, poor Joe. Everybody's like, Joe, your character is so weak. And I'm like,
I was like, she was my favorite.
What was your favorite? I'm sorry.
Just Wonder Woman. That was my favorite.
She's okay. See, Wonder Woman's amazing. I'm like, I would let her beat me up for 10 minutes and throw me into the sun. I'd be like, damn, I like that. Boom.
They hurt me, Mommy, hurt me.
Just grab my mommy, yes, mommy, a piece. Because I'm 5'1", so I've been in front of her like, Mom.
I'm horrible at night.
I could see a cartoon version of me and you just like walk into the universe, and it's like, oh my God, you're like, it's Wonder Woman. And I'm like, wait. And then you see you running on the running legs and like the big, like, I don't know why you'd be running like this, the hearts in your eyes. And then I'm like, Okay, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. Ooh, uppies. And I beat you. Hi, Wonder Woman. I'm Joe. Uppies? Uppies. And the hearts in my eyes, and you're just like, can't take him anywhere. He likes his women bigger than him.
And redhead.
Yo, and then I would have no. Who is there? A red? Oh yeah, there is a redheaded superhero. She's not from Marvel. She's from DC, and she'll melt me into the ground. Phoenix.
Oh no, that she is Marvel. You said not Marvel. She's DC, but I thought no. Phoenix is Marvel. She's X-Men.
Yeah,
right?
she would melt me into the ground.
That's
She'd
Marvel.
kill me. I'll be like,
Yeah.
uppies.
I think she would melt everybody though. She wasn't particularly nice.
Like,
yeah. Wasn't she the she was Jean Grey, right? Involved in defeat. Oh yeah, that's right.
Cyclops would murder me. He'll be like, leave my wife alone. I'll be like, but she's a redhead. She's pretty and she's like flowers. I'll be like the Deadpool, like to randomly just sing up to her. I'm like, can I have uppies? Can I give you? I got you flowers. Where'd you get those flowers from? It's a comic book. I could just go flowers. I'll start the music and I'm like,
is that now your useless superpower? You can bring out flowers anytime. From one of our old episodes, we were talking about useless superpowers.
Yeah, that'd be me. I'll be like, I'm a oh my god, you know what my superpowers are, Rain? I'm a hopeless romantic.
Oh my God.
It's just like, Rain, get the boombox. You hold the boombox over your head. I guess you've been my sidekick. Flowers.
Oh, thanks.
Fireworks.
Is that where I just conjure a portable DJ station for you?
Play the song, and then you see, and then the music stops, and he goes like copyright, and it's like, see them guy with black glasses walk on the stage, going, "That's copyright." It's like, no. We have to make a cartoon. Rain. It'll be the funniest, stupidest thing ever. Joe, oh my god, if we could do it, Rain. Joe and Rain breaks the internet.
Oh god. That was on last night too. Ralph breaks the internet, yeah.
And then randomly out of nowhere, a rocket comes in the cartoon, and he just like runs, like howls across, and like, and a rainbow goes out of his butt, and that's how the intro goes.
God, that's visual.
And then Val's just like, oh no. And then that's how the intro starts, because she has to be part of it a little bit.
No. She's got to get a close up of her eye and like right up.
No, she's like this. It's like the video just like, boom, boom, boom. Son, yeah. Guys, camera's working. And then she backs up like,
we miss you,
Joe Alphabet. We need this cartoon. Joe Alphabet. We need this cartoon made. So
how was the rest of your weekend?
It was good. I went on Saturday night. I went with J Beans on the Scene, my former co-host of Wrestle Talk. We went to nail clipper. I don't know why I'm playing with my nail clipper. Stay. I'm turning into Twitch. Stay. On Saturday night, I went to a wrestling show for a promotion called New Era Pro Wrestling, and absolutely promoted the hell out of the Chan. Everybody was like, "Oh, subscribe! Oh, a card! Oh, subscribe! A card! You're very advanced!" Like, and I looked at every time somebody subscribed, I would look at J Beans like this. And you go,
so who's J Beans again? For those who
J Beans in the Scene is Justin Jones, the guy that came on the show that one time that was jumping around when he was talking to us. He was like, "Hey, guys, what's going on?" With the Southern accent. He joined us on one episode last year.
Oh, maybe.
Justin Jones. He came on the show last year with us for a little bit for my birthday episode, and then he came on like the anniversary episode. Yeah. He invited me to a show. It was in Mayfield, Pennsylvania. We went to the show. We went to a bar before the show and had wings and beer. That was fun. Nice bar. This show was so like a small show, Rain, that there was no barricade. And wrestler flew out of the ring, flew like to my feet, and it was so like last minute, like weird how he jumped out of the ring. I tried to tuck my feet back, and I literally he fell out of the ring. I felt his foot hit the front of my shoe, like when something hits the front of your shoe and it's like, and it felt boom. And I was like, oh fuck, I felt his face. Oh my god, I hurt somebody. I killed somebody. I murdered somebody. Oh, my shoe. Glad I had nothing dirty on the bottom of my shoes. Glad I didn't step in any mud or anything getting into the vent. But then that today I got back to I had off on Sunday and I interviewed a father-son tag team. That the interview will air for next year in May for Enduring Tag Team Month. Yes, so far advanced. Got it.
Say that's pretty far out.
You gotta load your Rambo gun if your dudes are ringside for next year, because this year is almost over for dudes. So Rain. It ends the day before Thanksgiving. So dudes are ringside ends the day before Thanksgiving.
Is that next week, right?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving already. God.
Yep. The day before Thanksgiving, Dudes Are Ringside ends on the 27th with Kiara. And then Ghost Head Nerd Talk will have their season finale on the 100th episode.
Yep.
That's exciting.
December 16th. Yeah.
I'm excited. December. In my brain, I always thought like Ghost Head Nerd Talk would take off. I knew that we would. I knew this show would. I would do something really, really cool with it. Like, I knew there wasn't just gonna be a little flash in the pan. Like, I had it before, and all I did was talk about Ghostbusters and just small stuff. And then I said, maybe let me sprinkle a little bit of the interview styling atmosphere stuff from dudes to Ghost Head Talk, the original show on the Chan to see if it'll work. And it started working. And I brought on you, and I brought on Jason from Ghostbusters News, and then I had a few.
Interview?
What's that?
Was he your first interview?
Yeah, he was my very first interview.
Wow, and so I was your second interview?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. And then I said, I want to add this lady to my show. Like, I just felt. I knew Jason was just an interview, a flash in the pan interview. I'm like, he's probably not gonna come back on. But then I felt something with you. I was like, I just did. I really did, Rain. I felt like either we had this bond that we didn't know each other because you're from like the West Coast and I'm from the East Coast, and it's like we have this Ghostbusterly bond, but we know more than meets the eye. We know more than just Ghostbusters. Like
you have a lot of random facts stored. Yeah.
Yeah, like we know about Ghostbusters, but they did bring up something about Ghostbusters that you mentioned. Dan Aykroyd said he thinks that the original Ghostbusters won't be in the future Ghostbusters movies. Did you see that?
I read that recently. Yes, that he said that they might not be returning. Though I'm sure Ernie Hudson would love to come back because he said he would, but who knows? They were like, they have a new cast now, but they don't need us anymore. Was what I read. Yeah,
I got so sad.
That's interesting. Yeah, I was like, you said you would come back. I mean, I get it. Bill Murray will probably not come back. I get that, but Ray and Ernie Hudson were more the that connected everything. So
yeah, but
I guess we'll see.
Let's hope that we get like a statue in front of the firehouse of the guys on the sidewalk, like
they should have a statue of the four of them. Yeah, at least next to the Statue of Liberty.
That'd be funny. Like that'd be funny. They're all pointing at the Statue of Liberty, like doo-doo, like looking up at the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. So when it comes to the new genre of Ghostbusters on Netflix, like what are you looking forward to the most about all this hypeness about Netflix and Ghostbusters?
Well, who is it? I think we had on someone was saying that the new Netflix one is supposed to be what happens between Afterlife and Ghostbusters 2. That'd be interesting to see how that goes, how they're Egon and the rest of the team's relationship is estranged, and how does he find out about Gozer and the location, I think it was in Tennessee. And so I think it would be interesting to find out. I would hope, since it's episodic, that we see more ghost busting and that it doesn't just immediately go straight into that. I hope it it starts like from 1990 and maybe go to 92 and 95 and go throughout the years, so that way you could see them as things are getting forward. Because what was it? Ray said that they were running out of Ghost of the Capture because Venkman said that they did their job too well, and that how does Winston get into finance, and how does Venkman went to like marketing for some college or something like that. So it'd be interesting to see how that all plays out, if they tie that all in together. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I would too. And it like, do they just tell Janine, okay, we don't need you anymore, or does she stay around a little bit longer?
Right. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see how that all plays out. Since it being episodic, I would hope that they contain more content, and that they hopefully it's a 8 or 12 episode run, and that they leave it open for another season, and then that would be great. I would love to see more of that, because I would love to see more ghost busting. How do they what happens in between with is it because they caught all the ghosts, or is there something other sinister behind the scenes? Is it Goraka that's behind the scenes? I mean, who knows? I mean, yeah.
Like, are they gonna have they're gonna show the end of the Ghostbusters 2 movie, and then like 5 months later, like,
Right. I mean, isn't that what they did with like the real Ghostbusters, where it was like the next day right after, and they came back from the firehouse, and then the house is all blown up, and then they're trying to now repair. And I thought that was really cool that it immediately continued the story. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, do they start in the 2000s and just go from there? I kind of hope they go through the years, showing how everything leads up to that, since it's episodic and it's got what's animated. So it'll be interesting to see. Are they going to change their flight suits to real Ghostbusters style?
Imagine.
Yeah. I mean, probably not, since we see them in their OG flight suits and Afterlife. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I kind of hope they touch on, how does Egon get a family? Does it show, Callie being born? Does it show who he hooked up with? Because that would be interesting to find out, because he never learned about who Callie's mom was, who did Egon hook up with, or even Phoebe's dad. They just said he wasn't in the picture, but no word on who he was. Is she a forced birth? I don't know, but I mean, does it make the story more interesting? I don't know. It's just those little things that kind of add to the lore of the whole story, that I just find those things fascinating.
Yeah, like, they're gonna like get a call from the mayor saying, you guys now have to go clean the museum because there's still stuff dripping off of it. Like, the shoot is 3 days later, they just show the museum, like, and then the maintenance guy going, oh man.
That would be interesting to see, right? Where does all that pink slime go? Right, that's under New York, right? Did they drain it? Is it some holding tank in Area 51 now? That would be an interesting.
That'd be funny if they're like, you see Egon with a vacuum pack on.
Yeah, just them sucking it up or something, Luigi style. Yeah, because there's little questions about that. That could be answered in the episodic kind of content. That it'd be cool if they did like a real Ghostbusters style, but then add in the story of what happens, to them as they get towards, Afterlife in the timeline. That could be really cool.
Because remember, they talked about it in Frozen Empire a little bit with the pink slime. They were like saying that they had a little bit in the gold orb. Remember?
I think so. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. Well, no, then Phoebe brought a container of it to Ray.
Yeah.
Or was it downstairs? I think he was putting it away and giving it to podcast. Maybe I don't remember that part.
Yeah.
But I remember she had some. Yeah.
Like, what? Like, would it still be active? Like, that's the other thing. They didn't explain where the Vigo painting was.
Yeah, that's right. Well, then it changed. It changed it to the 4 of them.
Yeah.
So there was no more Vigo painting. But yeah, where's the painting of the 4 of them in Oscar? Right.
Like, they didn't even touch on that. Like,
it's in the attic next to Slimer's bed, I guess. Yeah.
Like, that's when I would have, if we ever got a chance to interview Jason, that'd be the one thing I ask him. Why didn't you bring up Vigo? Like, bring up like where the painting is, because so many stories about Vigo's spirit. It's a spirit. You can't take away a spirit's where they live. like,
I think we were some friend, we were over at the OMSI and we were talking about this, what if, Vigo wasn't in just the one painting? Maybe there were other paintings of him, because I mean, some artists, paint more than one. So maybe if there were more than, maybe he was split off into another one that was somewhere else. And so we were like, oh shit, that would be crazy. So yeah, it was an interesting kind of thing we were kind of throwing around together while we were all at the OMSI last month. So
that was one of the things that was rumored about this movie, that we were gonna get a Vigo like return. Like, what happened with that? Like, all the big rumors about Vigo returning.
I think a lot of people wanted a new baddie. I wanted a new baddie because I remember when we speculated on we wanted a new. I mean, I did. I liked the Garaka character, though I wish we saw more of him and got more information. I mean, I get we got a big background. I don't know. I just like when we know more about a like a baddie's kind of like, their motivations and their things, because then it makes you care about them instead of they're just another, nameless bad guy kind of thing. But I think there was just a fatigue because we got Gozer again in Afterlife, and then to go right back. So it would kind of feel like it would be a retelling of maybe Ghostbusters 2, kind of what people would see, I guess. So I think them doing a new bad guy was something else, because I mean, there's got to be more than one or two, bad spirits or ghosts or there are villains in in the world or something like that. There's got to be more than those two. So,
yeah, that's the other thing with this new series. Will we get new bad guys that they're facing over the years? After,
I would love if they would bring back some of the real Ghostbuster, like new versions of them, like Sam Hang and like the Boogeyman and yeah, those really cool villains from real Ghostbusters. That would be neat if they brought like versions of them back or something. That would be cool.
Because remember, some fans that like Ghostbusters, the young kids that were watching the Afterlives and watching watching Frozen Empire or watching Afterlife, they didn't live through the real Ghostbusters like we did.
No,
they
no,
never, unless
that was a late 80s thing.
You know what I mean? Unless they sold their parents cassette tapes of real Ghostbusters and started watching it, they have no who the fuck they are.
Yeah. Which is funny. Mondo came out with an awesome real Ghostbusters figure of it's Peter Venkman, and it's the most realistic looking Venkman that it doesn't look like anything like from the old. I guess it's the 90s, because Ghostbusters 2 was 89, and then we went to 1990, and then real Ghostbusters came out. Which I'm pretty sure, I think it did, or it's late 80s. I can't remember. It's late 80s. Anyway, besides the point. So Mondo came out with they showed it at Comic-Con this year, this amazing character of Peter Venkman. It's the most realistic, like closest to the cartoon you can get if you pull it right out from the cartoon. The proton pack, everything, and he's only like $100. It comes with Slimer. And it was really neat that they're bringing more real Ghostbuster stuff out, and I thought that was really cool. I mean, though they do have the Fright Life ones, I guess, that like where they, they're scared or something like that. I've seen people buy those in new versions, but yeah, if there's no context to the TV show, how do people, I guess they're going more for the nostalgia, but they should re-release those and put them on like not Comedy Central, but like bring a Cartoon Network or something, or Boomerang. I don't know, but I mean, they should
Paramount Plus, because everybody has freaking Paramount Plus now,
or something, right? And it should be on some streaming service, right? Because it's because it's such a great show, and there were so many seasons of it, so it's and had such great content that could definitely increase the fan base and get more out there.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but on Peacock they actually have Peacock. They actually have Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I don't know if you know.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I didn't know that till I was flipping, and I saw Ghostbusters 1, and I was like, I'm gonna start watching this. This movie seems like a big movie for me to watch. I don't know, something that feels a connection, goes, So I started watching it, and then you should watch this one next. I'm like, I didn't know there was a sequel. You should watch this one too. My mom's like, I could hear you talking to yourself, idiot. I've seen you. You watch Ghostbusters, stupid. I'm like, Mom, leave me alone.
2 I love because one is a really great Halloween movie, and then 2 is a great New Year's movie because it takes place on New Year's, so it's a great Christmas Halloween Christmas New Year's one, which is funny because I see 2 playing now a lot, and so I was just like, it's funny how those they interconnect at the end of the year, but I thought that was neat.
Yeah.
But which is funny though, because a few people that I talked to, they're like, "Oh, I gotta watch that movie again." When they come see us at conventions or whatever, and they're like, "I was like, yeah," and they said, "How's the second one?" And I was like, from 1989, and they're like, "Yeah, I never watched that." I was like, "How can you not have watched?" But some people just haven't. They barely watched the first one, or they have no memory or recollection of it.
It's so odd.
Yeah, I mean, people are like that with Star Wars too. They may have saw the first one, maybe just saw Return of the Jedi. I've never seen the other ones. They had just the basic knowledge of what was shown on TV and commercials, but that's it. So I mean, but that's what makes us the nerd culture, right? And we follow these things, we get into these things because we have the love for that. There's some people just not into it. They're more into Shakespeare or other things like that. They have their own nerddoms, their own fandoms.
Yeah, it makes me laugh that sometimes when you go to something and they see you in Ghostbusters stuff and they're like, "Wow, that's so retro, it's so 80s. You actually have the old school pack. You didn't upgrade it a little bit." I'm like,
I've had people ask me like, "Who are you?" And I just say, "I'm an exterminator. Someone saw a cockroach down the street."
I just look at them and go, "Yeah."
One or two people will get the reference, and then some won't. But I've had people like, I'm in my, is everything okay? I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just an exterminator. It's okay." But they either don't put the 2 and 2 together, or they don't get it. I don't know. But I always get a good chuckle out of that.
I just think it's
Let's
crazy.
Say the line.
It's been like 40 years, like 41 now, right? It's 40 years, Ghostbusters. And people still don't know. And they still don't watch. It's like, how? It's like that movie is a classic. And to us, it's a classic. To most of these Gen Z or millennials that have never seen
Gen Z more. I'm sorry, millennials are more. The problem, like I was having with my daughter, or not with my daughter, but her boyfriend, was that he says any movie that's from the 90s and the 80s suck because of the quality, because the video quality is not great. So that barely automatically means it's a bad movie. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So yeah, he's never watched Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, any of those, because he says they suck. They're bad quality. And so like you're basing a movie, content wise, just based on the video quality of the time from that time. It's like it's so stupid. And she was just like, "Yeah, I don't know what to do with them." I was, "You can fucking dump them." And because my kids, I grew up my kids on all 80s movies, 90s stuff. I mean, even some black and white films. And that I still chuckle that my daughter thought when she was a kid, we watched a black and white movie. I forget which one it was. And that she was like, "When did the world turn color?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was just like, "Well, was the world always black and white?" And I was like, No. It was like, that was the camera technology of the time. And then it became color in the 1960s. And then she didn't quite understand it, but then she did as she got a little older. But I thought that was the cutest thing, like as a child, you see a black and white movie, you don't think camera quality, or at least some don't, they're thinking like, when did the world turn cute thing. But anyway, but yeah, there's so many great movies in black and white, that wouldn't even been made today, but again, basing a movie just on its camera technology of the day is horrible. It's such a bad way to go. You're missing so much out. But even then, it's such a narrow focused view of, that nothing can be better than stuff that came out today, kind of shit. So I don't know. I mean, hearing that was disappointing, but I mean, I never had that problem with, millennials I would say most, if not all, would know, Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, because, they grew up in that time, in the 90s and things like that. So
it's so weird. I work with these kids that say Ghostbusters was stupid. And then they're like, "Joe, calm down." I'm like, "I'm not going to get mad. Murder. I'm not going to kill them." And then I go, "Nah, not worth it."
I mean, to each their own. I walk around. I have a Ghostbusters Loungefly backpack I wear everywhere. And a lot of people are like, some people are like, that's cool. And some people I get weird looks from. I'm like, but hey, I know which backpack is mine. And if you go in, if anyone tries to take it, they know where it's going to go. And I'm proud to wear my Ghostbuster shit. I don't care. It would be any different if someone was wearing Disney stuff or Star Wars. Is it the fact that it's Ghostbusters and not exactly super popular? But it is. But I don't know. Some people think it's cool, and then some people I get weird looks at, and I'm like, you know what? I don't fucking care. It's my property. It's the one I love. Yeah. And then a funny thing, I was in the grocery store the other day, and she was like, well, I wonder what movie's your favorite. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, why do you like it so much? I said, because I'm a Ghostbuster. She goes, oh, do you go chase ghosts? And I was like, no, or hunt them. I was like, no. And so I pull up my picture of like in my my cosplay and all my different, my packs and all the gear. She's like, holy shit. And I was like, yeah. So no, I'm a Ghostbuster. And I love that though. I get really a pride of that for all the equipment and things that I built and showing them, yeah, no, this is really me. And so, and then usually I get like, wow, that's so cool. I wish I could do that. I get a lot of that, which I think is great. I'm really proud of what I do and build.
Your voice cracked.
Yeah. It's because I'm tired and
it sounded kind of cute. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm tired and still recovering from the week. And then and it's in a loud environment, and when you're constantly talking, in a higher vocal range, or not higher, but you're talking louder, I tend to get a hoarse voice a few days, and this is like 5 days in a row. So yeah, my voice is kind of fucked up.
Peter, the horse is here. Shut up, Joe. Dick. You watched men run around in their underwear. Hey, Rain, you would have liked the opening match. It's a fatal 4-way.
Don't put words in my mouth. I wouldn't even say that.
Joe runs around watching men in their underwear. Damn right I do, and I cheer him on.
Men in their underwear.
I didn't watch the Mike Tyson match, so I didn't see Mike Tyson's ass. I didn't see his 58-year-old ass.
I was busy at a club DJing, so hey, I was doing something more fun.
They had some. Pretty much, it was a nice show that we went to. That me and Beansy went to. There was a bar. I had bought myself a soda because I had one beer at the bar, and my buddy's like, "Yeah, get another beer, Joe." And I'm like, "The beer was only $3. That's it, $3. Like anywhere else you go, bars. Justin's like, $3, really? That's it." And I was like,
oh yeah, I mean, it's like $18 for just a Red Bull and Jaeger. Because I love Jaeger. I'm first generation European. I love black licorice, and so I hear everyone collectively going "ew" right now. But I love black licorice, and so yeah, I just love Jaeger. But Jaeger and Red Bull's like,
I just get freaked out anytime I think that somebody does not like the Jaeger because they said it tastes weird. I'm like, you suck.
Yeah, I mean, I could down that stuff like nothing. It's just, I love black licorice, and then my kids like it too. I mean, I grew them up on that, and they go like, "Why do kids not like it?" I was like, "It's because it's a European thing, and unless you grew up on it in the beginning, you just don't seem to particularly like it." And a lot of people don't like it, but it's actually a natural flavor. It's called a Nisi or something like that. It's an actual plant, a licorice plant that actually has that flavor, so it's a natural flavor. Versus red vines. Though I love red vines. I'm not gonna hate on red vines. There are people who like them and everything. I love red vines.
Let's get sponsored. I don't think red vine anybody actually eats red vines. Hey, red vine, if you're watching this podcast, let's go for a sponsor. See, Rainy, I everybody always asks me, where's your Ghost Head Nerd Talk t-shirts? I need a t-shirt. We need to
no.
But what logo would you put on the t-shirt? The one with us with as what's it called? As the one in the background today? That one?
I mean, we could have different versions, but we'd have to make a bulk order. That's the thing. Or make, so I mean, who knows? Maybe we can make a bulk order and then give some out, to our loyal fans.
Yes. I wish and hope that we get Val back because I would hate to have it go back. I like the Ghostbusters logo we have. And our Back to the Future is one that my sister absolutely thinks is cute. She's like, "Oh my god, that's so adorable! You're Marty." and why is Rain Doc? I'm like, she makes.
Yeah, I'm the old doctor. Thanks.
So Alphabet, you always come up with the funniest things. I'm like, ciao. He tried to. He's actually You were my third interview. He was my second interview. Now I
Oh.
remember. But he couldn't be on the screen because he couldn't log into his Google.
Oh, okay.
I was literally talking to him through my laptop. Yeah.
All right.
It's kind of odd.
Well, that same thing happened in your first interview with Corey, because I remember you guys had issue with that too.
No, that was before I was paying for StreamYard. StreamYard was being paid for, and
No.
yeah, and it ran out of time. Back to the Future pun, and I was like, "Oh fuck." Yeah.
Well, got anything going on next week?
Next week, besides what are we in? Next week, we have episodes of Dudes that are airing on Wednesday. I have a new episode. About that, I don't really have anything going on. Just I'm excited to like go get closer to Thanksgiving, and episode 97 will be next week, and I'm excited to get closer to our 100th episode. Don't want to see the season end so fast, but I'm excited for this journey and how close we are. I could see the stage set up for a little golden microphones and the firework. The guys are still setting up those fireworks. They still haven't set up the microphone in the middle.
So we should announce the episode before all of the guests that we're gonna have. I think that'd be cool. So
yes.
Got an idea who's gonna show?
Oh, I have some ideas.
Actually, I was looking. I got a memory. A year ago, almost exactly a year ago, we had our interview with God, I had her name in my mind. Now I can't remember.
Haley?
Alyssa Winkler.
Yes, I talked to her. She said she definitely would be down to come back.
Oh, cool! Great. She was awesome. Yeah.
And I was like, I sent the message. You are in our intro.
Yeah. No, I talk about her all the time. People are so like, no, what's her information? Like, you'll go look her up. So yeah, she's cool. So cool.
She's rad. I like her. She's a keeper. She'll be like, Joe, what does that mean? Block. No. Joe did it. Joe said it.
Well, this week I'm relaxing. Actually, tomorrow night I'm doing voiceover work with Rip Graven, one of our interview guests from a few weeks ago for his Running Chills podcast. So I'll be on a couple episodes of that. And Friday, I'm doing an all DJ hangout kickback at a friend's house, my bestie's house, Natasha. We're going to have like a bunch of DJs. We're all just going to be spinning music all night, just having lots of fun. So that's it. That's all I'm doing this week. I'm just chilling. All right, no words. All right, cool. On that note, time to go. No.
Yes. So, Rain, this was so much fun, even though it's not an hour. Yeah, even though it's not an hour, but it's still okay. Don't forget to like this video. Follow us on Twitch under Ghost Head Nerd Talk Podcast. If you want to check out when our next episode is, you could find it on Instagram under Ghost Head Nerd Talk Podcast. Definitely give us a follow and check out all our cool little videos we have had over the past. Well, this is
I have a t-shirt idea. One of our versions of t-shirts idea is going to be your fingers.
Oh, yeah. like that thing with the moving. It's like, and you and Val are
and then
like,
another one with your scissors. Okay, I'll shut up now.
And if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram. If you want to follow Rain, where can they find you, Miss Rain?
They can find me at all one word. It's RainVanHecke, Rain Vanek. That's me at on Instagram. And I'm also I just joined Threads, and I'm on TikTok, but I barely use it. So, or as Joe would say, the Tic Tac.
Tic Tac. Oh man, it's my other host.
I'm very active on Instagram. So
yes, everybody always talks to me on Instagram. Maybe one or two, but here we go. Thank you so much, Rain. This was so much fun. Just remember, fans, us ghost heads have a lot to talk about. Good night, everybody.